Good morning, children. Yes, most of you have posted your exercises, and I think all of you remember the basics of geometry. But let me give you a quick revision of whatever it is. It is like a kind of recollection in seconds. Okay, so be ready. Let us run and rush. So the chapter name is Lines and Angles. This is a point. This is a line segment. Line segments means which has finite length, where we can measure the length of it. That is the least distance between the 2 points. It's a ray. It has only initial point but no end point, and infinite length, because this line extends to infinity, so therefore we cannot measure the length of a ray. And now if we extend the line segment on both sides to infinity, then we call it to be a line. So hence it is of infinite length. And angle between two rays, this is an angle. And when usually lines are represented by small letters like L, M, N, P, Q, like that. So this is one line L, this is another line M, where the distance of separation between them is constant always. What we call this as perpendicular distance. So this distance remains the same. That means if we extend these lines also, they are not going to meet anywhere. Such lines are called parallel lines. And here we have another two lines here, L and M. This line is horizontal. This line is a little bit inclined. See, if you extend this line, it is going to intersect with the other line, or it's going to meet the other line. So these two are not parallel lines, or rather we can say inclined lines. They are not parallel lines. And now coming to this, these two lines are intersecting. You can say that from the starting point, this is one ray and this is another ray. There is an angle between these two. This angle is less than 90 degrees, hence called as acute angle. If an angle is greater than 90 degrees, it is obtuse angle. If the angle between two rays is absolutely 90 degrees, then this is right angle. If angle between two rays, so this is one ray in this direction, this is another ray in this direction. The angle between two rays is 180 degrees, then it is called a straight angle. And an angle which is greater than 180 but less than 360, what we call as a reflex angle. This is reflex angle. So see, this forms a straight angle, and still it is, the ray is moved downward, and thus this is becoming a reflex angle. What is the condition for an angle to be reflex? It should be greater than 180 and less than 360 degrees. Suppose if it is totally 360 degrees, then we call it as complete angle. It is called complete angle. This is one ray and this is another ray. Both the rays are collinear. Collinear means on the same line. So therefore what you have here is 360 degrees. And here also you may feel that they lie along the same line, but see, they are anti-parallel. Like what we say is they are inclined opposite to each other. They are inclined opposite to each other. Here they are inclined in the same direction to each other. So two rays are collinear, right? Inclined in the same direction. Then you will get complete angle, that is 360 degrees here, and here it is 180 degrees because they are aligned opposite to each other. Okay, children. So those who want can take notes. So pause the video for a moment and take the screenshot. Then about the lines and angles. And now about reflex angle, straight angle and complete angle. So now let us move to the next part, complementary angles. That means if two angles are given and if it is said that one angle, the two are complementary, then obviously those two angles can be something like, if one angle is theta, the other one would be 90 minus theta. Why? Because sum of these, right, is equal to 90 degrees. So when we say that complementary angle, so x plus y is equal to 90 degrees, right? So then x is equal to 90 minus y, is it not? So that is x can be expressed as 90 minus y. That means what are the two angles? If one angle is y, the other is 90 minus y. Is it not? If one angle is y, the other is 90 minus y. That is what I wrote it as theta and 90 minus theta. So these are complementary angles. Then supplementary angles. If one angle is theta, the other is 180 minus theta. Now suppose if I have two angles, x plus y is equal to 180 degrees. Let me express y in terms of x, that is 180 minus x. See, I want whichever I want. X is equal to 180 minus y or y is equal to 180 minus. Both are possible. So what are the two angles? Suppose if one angle is x, the other is y. What is y? Y is 180 minus x. So these are called supplementary angles. So what are they called? Supplementary angles. That means sum of two angles, if at all, is equal to 180 degrees, then those two angles are called supplementary angles. And what are complementary angles? If sum of the two angles is equal to 90 degrees, then that set is called a complementary set. Supplementary set and complementary set. Children, remember one thing. These two angles need not be side by side. They can be anything. Something like, see, if I talk about this one as 30 degrees, I have somewhere another angle which is 60 degrees. Sum of these two can be 90 degrees. So therefore I say that these two will form a complementary pair. These two will form a complementary pair. It is not necessary that my 60 degrees should lie here only. No, it is not necessary. Okay, similarly in case of supplementary angles also, two different angles, they may not be together. It is not necessary that they are together. Some angle x, some other angle y, somewhere they are. So whenever that is sum is 180 degrees, then we call it as supplementary angles. Now coming to adjacent angles. Now the point here is, suppose if I have, right, so let us suppose that this is O, A, B, C. So angle AOB, angle AOB, right, and angle BOC are adjacent to each other, is it not? Are adjacent to each other. This is one angle, this is another angle, but they are adjacent to each other. That means a total angle, a particular angle is separated into or divided into two angles by another ray, or one of the rays is common to both the angles. One of the rays, here OB, ray OB is common to both OA and OC. Right? So if an angle has to be formed, so then OB is common here. Such angles are called adjacent angles. That is what we have discussed here. Right? These two need not be adjacent angles in case of complementary and supplementary angles. So this is adjacent angle. Suppose if these two adjacent angles, sum is going to be 180 degrees, then we call them to be linear pair of angles. Linear pair of angles. So let us see the difference between the two. So here it is a particular complete straight line is divided into two parts with a common ray. So this is theta. This is obviously 180 minus theta. See, it is looking as though these two are supplementary angles. But what is the condition for supplementary angles? They are some different angles. They are not adjacent angles. If they are also adjacent angles, then the special name is given to them, that is linear pair of angles. So they are supplementary. They seem to be supplementary, as well as these two are adjacent to each other. Together, if these two conditions are satisfied, then we call them to be linear pair of angles. Then we call them to be linear pair of angles. So adjacent angle doesn't mean that always a straight angle is divided. No. See, I take this one. O, A, B. Now draw a ray passing through the same point and which is dividing the plane between these two. So this is an angle X, this is an angle Y. So here angle X plus angle Y is equal to angle AOB. Is it not? Angle X plus angle Y is equal to angle AOB. That means here X and Y are adjacent. Here these two are adjacent angles. These two are adjacent angles. Okay, children. So the next and the last one for today's class, vertically opposite angles. I'll explain you this. Vertically opposite angles. Now let us take an example. If two lines are intersecting each other at a particular point. So this one, this angle is equal to this angle here. These two are vertically opposite. See, vertically opposite. And here, these two, this is equal to this. M and N. So here angle X is equal to angle Y. Vertically opposite. And angle M is equal to angle N. They are also vertically opposite. Don't say that they are horizontally opposite, ma'am. No need to give another name. So they are vertically opposite. Okay. Now let us see this particular example. Which are vertically opposite here? See, if you observe the diagram, this line and this line are intersecting. So this is vertically opposite to this. So let us name that to be like BOD, angle BOD and angle COA are vertically opposite or vertically opposite. So this angle is vertically opposite to this. Now which other angle is vertically opposite? See, this complete angle. So forget about this ray. Is vertically opposite to this complete angle. So you can write that angle AOD. Angle AOD is equal to angle COB. Angle COB. O being the point of intersection. Now you may ask, suppose if I want a vertically opposite angle to DOE. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Simple. Extend this ray exactly in opposite direction. Right. Now this is vertically opposite to this. Can you observe? Right. So this is vertically opposite to this one. Let me name this as some F. So which is vertically opposite to DOE? It is FOC. So angle DOE is equal to angle FOC. They are vertically opposite angles. Okay, children, is that clear? So pause the video for a moment and take the screenshot of this part also. So complementary angles, then supplementary angles, then adjacent angle, linear pair of angles, beautiful concepts, then vertically opposite angles. So this is all for today, and I think till exercise 6 you can complete based on all these basics.